Alrighty. Well, I've been asked to answer a few questions to share in front of all of you, as I imagine, very sober ladies. Let's see here. The first question that I'm being asked is, well, cool story. We met on the first day of work. I was uncharacteristically early, and Stephanie was uncharacteristically late. I was seeing somebody at the time, but looking at her reaction and her personality and walking into the room, I could just tell that I was in trouble. She had a presence about her. She immediately was bubbly and loud and talking to everybody in the room like she had known them forever. Was embarrassed that she was late and made that known when she walked into her manager's office to explain the terrible traffic on the highway and all the things that had happened. But funny story, we met at our first day of work. There was one evening I came over after work and we were hanging out in the kitchen. I think it was a Friday night. Brought a bottle of nice Sauvignon Blanc from like Silver Oak. I had absolutely overserved myself. We were in the kitchen and I was standing up against the fridge, half trying not to pass out and fall over. She walked by and we were talking, and I, grabbed her and kissed her. She laughed, thought I was too drunk, which, to be honest, I was, because I immediately ran to the bathroom a few minutes later and famously did not puke. I really did not drink that much over COVID. It just all hit me when I was drinking a lot of wine. But long story short, recovered, did not puke, totally rallied, continued to talk in the kitchen, had a really good second kiss. I knew that that was an important second kiss because I needed her to know that I meant it. That's easy. I did. I think we both felt it in Seattle before I went home for Christmas that first year. And when I came back after the holidays, I really couldn't hold it in much longer. So I just blurted it in one night when we were going to bed. Oh, we just ordered this last night. This is incredibly easy for me. Steak quesadilla with black beans added on. Very important substitution. It's about 79 cents for those black beans. Also, it depends in general on the level of either Mary Jane or alcohol, but typically we throw in a nacho cheese Doritos Locos Tacos Supreme with reduced fat sour cream, of course. Extra lettuce on that as well, I think, is what she usually does. So I think it depends. If it is a pinky up fancy schmancy place, then it's going to be a vodka martini, olives, dirty, no vermouth with either Kettle One or Tito's, depending on the selection. If it's a nice place, but not too nice, meaning we didn't get the vibes that the bartender is going to make the right martini, then she would go with like a vodka soda with a lime wedge and a straw, of course, because glasses are filthy at restaurants. Sounds like a fantastic dinner, just the three of those alone. But I would say fuck pasta, marry bread, specifically sourdough bread. And tragically, I would kill Papas Bravas. Some potatoes can go. All right, let's just be honest. It's farting. There's no question. She may say, when I get frustrated or yell at Murph when he barks at a leaf or some random person walking by our house. Also, pet peeve could be when I'm roughhousing and wrestling with him when she's trying to fold her clothes on the bed. I can tell you the treat's not milk. She hates milk. My special treat for her would be Nutella Pop Tarts and little baby ice cream cones from Trader Joe's. Probably our go-to sushi place, Yakamundo or whatever it's called in Los Gatos. She gets a white wine, I get a large Japanese beer. We share a bunch of affordable and delightful sushi while we sit outside and reminisce on our workday and how we miss Murph, even though we've been gone for 20 minutes. If I get this wrong, then I need to rethink my whole life. It's the same Taco Bell order from above, except there are absolutely some questionable and miscellaneous items in there if we've had a very fun night and we're overserved. I mean, if we're crazy, we're doing a double order. We learned about that recently, where you can do that on DoorDash. So we'd probably do a Taco Bell order and then double down with some froyo, just to top it off. Get ready for the eye rolls, but her booty, of course. But if I'm being real, like the sweet answer is her eyes. Steph could sit in a room and say nothing to me and just look at me with those soft brown, caring, gentle eyes. And I know that I am with my person and I am truly blessed to be with someone who's naturally so beautiful, inside and out. Um, how mad do I want Steph to be at me? Let's see. We'll just be honest here. These are all your best friends. So I'll say 2 words: hot tub. Okay, more than 2 words. Location is slow. Privacy rating is -100 out of 10. She can tell that story if she wants to, but it's a story that we both laugh about a lot. And it's something I'll never forget. A million, but with inflation and us not being billionaires, 2. She's gonna have this answer before the question even finishes, but it's Mila Kunis. But while I have you all here, I want to do a quick poll in the room because I personally believe, and I've shared this before, I think that Steph totally looks like her. And it can be one of those people that is like, oh, celebrity lookalike, who is Mila Kunis? Steph. She doesn't buy it, but I think, want to hear your thoughts. Affleck. Ben Affleck, not the insurance duck, but the one that secretly is fluent in Spanish and smells like cigarettes. Going back to that first kiss story, I think our song has always been Dancing in the Kitchen. Reminds us of our days with no responsibilities and just having the best time together in a small, tight, 800 square foot apartment. Her heart. Steph, it's your heart, your ability to care for anyone, and do whatever it takes to help somebody. You're always the first to send a housewarming gift. You always do the extra thing for someone who's having a tough time or struggling. You move mountains for everybody in your life. And that's really hard to do because you have so many people in your circle. When did I realize that she was the one? I would probably pinpoint it on a date that she probably won't guess, but it's when we hosted our first Thanksgiving. Truly, I think we just had the best time together. When family was there, the food was fantastic. Everybody had such great conversations. Jeff was there with his parents and they were just super pleasant to be around. And I remember when the families had left and it was just us kind of sitting on the couch. We had some drinks together, maybe a J or two. But we all just laughed. We made a ton of jokes together. We were watching some stupid TV shows and playing games, and Murph was still a puppy at the time, but I just remember looking at this bare bones skeleton of a house that we just decided to invest in together. And while there was no, well, carpeting needed to be replaced, floors need to be replaced, handles need to be replaced, walls need to be painted. I mean, the place was a shell. And I just remember looking around being like, this is a home. A home is made between two people that love each other. And I knew in that moment that I didn't want to lose that, and I wanted to be with her forever. I mean, the whole day is going to be hopefully amazing and fun, and hopefully everybody's on their best and worst behavior. But I would say the first look. I think that's something originally we didn't want to do, or maybe we wanted it to be more like first look is her coming down the aisle. But I think that moment is going to be really special because it's just for us. There's nobody else around except for the photographer. It's just me and her having that moment. And I know I'm going to be emotional when I see her in her dress. I'm nervous just thinking about it because I know it's going to be beautiful and perfect. And I'm just looking forward to a moment, just you and I, the calm before the storm, where nothing else around us matters. Just you and me dancing in the kitchen. So at this point, Steph, you're probably going to be some combination of crying, tears of happiness and laughter. And I know you're an emotional person. I absolutely love that about you. But I want to tell you to have the best girls weekend ever. And if you're watching this at the end, I hope you had the craziest best girls weekend ever. It's a few days after your birthday that, you never get to celebrate your birthday, and you're completely off of work because of shutdown. Let your hair down, go wild. You're my person. You're my best friend. You have my whole heart now and forever. Um, there's nobody else in this floating rock hurling through the universe that I would rather be with than you. And I'll end it with this. For the love of God, please get this woman some Taco Bell and Aperol Spritz. First round's on me. I will Venmo whoever. But I love you all. Love you, Steph. See you in a few days.